All right. Hey guys, we're back. We're back in action. Today was a break-even day. I'm not going to lie. This was kind of crazy. Not really kind of crazy, but this was just genuinely a what the hell type of break-even day. But I'm not really stressing. It is part of the game. We're still on the funded, by the way. This trade, I did not mean to take it, and I'll explain why. This was the actual trade that we ended up getting break even on, and that was pretty unfortunate. I genuinely thought we were gonna run through these equal highs and, excuse me, run through these equal highs and actually come through and take out this hourly key level. But I guess this was high resistance liquidity, and price was just acting really really shy towards it. So I mean, it's part of the game. But anyways, let's talk about my bias and let's talk about everything that I had coming into today. All right, now coming into today, I was bullish. However, if we replay right, okay, hold on, if we replay right now, okay, give me one quick second. What the hell, bruh? Okay, bro, replay mode is actually ass. Anyways, coming in today, I was bullish. Why was I bullish? Because well, for starters, we ended up coming in respecting this high time frame PDRA, excuse me, which was a 1 hour FEG, and then from there we were also respecting this hourly order block as well. I don't know if you guys compete, but we ended up having that strong wick respecting this order block, sweeping out London session lows. So with that being said, I was pretty bullish for the day. The only reason I would flip bearish is because one, we swept previous day highs during the excuse me, during New York, not New York, during the overnight sessions, as well as before coming in the market open, we were actually heavy retracing into this order block, and ES was also heavily retracing. So I honestly kind of figured we were gonna see an SMT being made because we had a high and then a higher high, and this high was bearish, as well as this high was bearish as well, and we had a lower high. So I was kind of thinking, okay, maybe if we create a bearish SMT from there after like 9 a.m. closes and we have 10 a.m. open, then I'll be bearish. But like other than that, I was honestly completely bullish. My only targets for today, to be honest, is the targets were kind of like chopped. Literally, we had this hourly high right here, and then we also had this 4 hour high right here. Um, but that being said, that was pretty much my daily bias. How I go about defining my daily bias is pretty simple. I'm literally looking at the high time frame, what is being respected, what is not being respected, and then from there, I'm also looking at London session, and I am configuring out to see which daily profile could it be to end up playing for today. And today was London consolidation, and then we had New York manipulation reversal today. Um, and as you can see, London session we did not manipulate or touch any key levels. We really just consolidated throughout the range. The New York session came, we manipulated down, taking on London session lows, and we ended up having a reversal. So I don't use daily profiles like that. I am pretty new to them. However, it is a good confluence. It is a good confluence to actually like confirm your bias, and every time I do so, it actually leads me doing well. So let's just talk about today and how we got break even. So coming into today, we ended up market open. We ended up sweeping out London session lows pretty quickly. I don't know what SMT literally formed from sweeping out London session lows. I was still trying to figure out like the high and low, but to be honest, um, my best bet was just thinking that it was just this high. I mean this low right here, and then this low that didn't get swept right here on ES as well. Where is it? 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 This low, and then boom, we swept out this. And yeah, I mean that was pretty much it. We ended up having that SMT. From there, we ended up flipping the first representative fair value gap. Uh to be honest, I honestly thought there was an SMT somewhere on the 1 minute as well, but I like unless I'm blind, I genuinely didn't find it, bro. Like so serious. I genuinely did not find it like at all. Like oh, like this was genuinely just a chop fest. Same thing over here. This was just a chop fest. But we ended up flipping the first presented fair value gap. From there, we ended up changing this to the direction, and then we also ended up. Ooh, excuse me. And then from there, I had my original limit order literally set right literally set right here at the top of this gap because I wanted to see either gap get filled. And to be honest, I already had enough confluences to already go long after the inverse of this first presented, or literally after the change of the state, because uh, you may ask, why don't you count this as a change to the state? I really count this because this was the main manipulation move down. So after we clear the main manipulation moving down, that to me would be like the actual change of state, at least to me, right? Kill me if I'm wrong, but yeah. And then I ended up setting my limit order here. My stop loss originally was underneath this low, and then my take profit was literally at this high. Well, I originally wanted this forward high, but again, like I said, this is a funded account. I'm going for base hits, and this was pretty much it. And then obviously, um, this would have been my excuse me, my actual main thing, which would have been literally a 2R actually. Um, and then obviously it would have been moved up just little by little as the price keeps going up until I could fully go to break even. But yeah, that was my limit order. That's why I accidentally entered here. To be honest, I ended up having this one setting on this instant order placement. I didn't know that that literally means like as soon as you buy it, it hits you in. I thought like you could set your stop loss with it. That was pretty unfortunate. So yeah, never having that on again unless I'm like actually like like better confident. But I mean yeah, so I mean, yeah, this was a messed up trade. Not really messed up. I literally got out with profit on this one, like $9 extra, so I'm not really tripping. However, I did want price to literally come down and edge, not edge, really just tap into this gap, or just anything to be honest. But then again, already so many confluences presented itself. We had that 5-minute SMT. We ended up having that flip of the first presented, and then we also had the change of the state. But like I said, there's nothing wrong with being too patient, honestly. I'm trying to just get better at patience, to be honest, instead of just forcing. But then again, this was enough confluences to really go discretionally. However, I was waiting and waiting and waiting, literally waiting for any gap retrace, any order block retrace. I marked out this order block to see if we were going to retrace into this order block. We did not retrace into this order block. For me to count this as an actual order block, I want to see this wick get closed above. Like, we closed above it over here, and I'm like, bruh, this is like nothing. Unless it's just closing above the body. Some people count it as closing the body, but I would honestly count it as just closing above the wick. Like, you see how like this whole thing would be like this right here is an order block because we closed above the wick. So any retrace or this right here, this whole thing now would be the order block because we closed above it. And you see how prices retraced into it now, and then we're continuing up. That would be like that is what I would count as an order block. So we did not get that. I waited for a gap. We did not get this. Literally every single gap, I was like literally marking out. I was just waiting for an entry until ES ended up coming down, retracing into its 5-minute, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be a time for me to shine. ES, however, did present itself pretty good entries, like really, I wouldn't really say pretty good, but it did present, where's that entry at? Damn, never mind, I'm tripping. It did not present any entry. My bad. I thought it presented an entry prior, but it did not tap into this gap like I presumed it would. Anyways, okay. Like I said, when ES was tapping into this 5-minute gap, okay, I was ready to get nasty into NASDAQ because I was like, okay, if we're retracing into the 5-minute gap and we're having good confirmation out of that, we're gonna retrace into some PD rate on the 1-minute or 2-minute or something on NASDAQ, and then boom, I'll enter free bands. We did not have any 5-minute PD rate to tap into. We were in this inversion gap, so I guess we were like really just retesting the inversion gap. But to me, I'm like, okay, fire, I don't really care. Let's scale down into the 1-minute. We tapped into this gap, and we ended up tapping into this little gap. I don't know if you guys can see, but we tapped into that really little bit. So from there, after we tapped into that, I just waited for price to really close above this gap. After we closed above this gap, boom, that's literally when I entered right in this candle, this pink candle right here. My average entry was literally right here. Yeah, literally right there. From there, my original stop was actually underneath this low. Yes, it is a 1.7R. I will explain why it is a 1.7R. Literally because I was not gonna, well, I was trying not to get left out. It wasn't really FOMO because this was actually like pretty like, this trade made a lot of sense to me at least as well. Okay, my bad, there's gonna be an edit. But like I said, this trade made a lot of sense to me. And to be fair, like to be completely fair, I was literally planning to literally cut my stop loss as well and just drag it up so it could just be a better RR. And I mean, yeah, so I mean, it ended up with a 1.7, but we ended up literally getting a 2.6 R out of this. And I'll tell you why, because literally after we entered, price ended up coming down. We were stuck in drawdown just for a little bit, but that was just for price to create a 5 minute, I mean, an SMT. So we had a 1 minute internal SMT inside of a 5 minute PD array inside of ES. On top of that, we were retracing on Nasdaq, bro. Come on, bro. Like, to me, that's so much good. That's good probability to me. So I'm like, okay, we have our SMT. We were in this for value gap. On top of that, we are, excuse me. On top of that, we have our value gap, and then we matched everything else that I really wanted. Like, unfortunately, I didn't get the entry that I wanted, like presented here. And then, bro, the bread on the freaking butter is we literally tapped into equilibrium. So I'm like, okay, dog, come on, like, this is free bands. It's time to go. It's time to slap longs. I only went in with one con, to be honest, because I was literally just trying to get myself out of drawdown, and we were up, like we were up, man. Literally all of that up literally went to freaking break even. That's crazy enough how literally how the game goes. But I mean, hey, market's over here tomorrow. I'm not really tripping. Anyways, we entered, created an SMT. As soon as we create that SMT and we get that nice displacement, I'm like, bruh, I'm dragging my stop loss, not even to break even, to this protected low. Cause I'm like, okay, there's a protected low. Now this trade is set, right? 2.6 R. This is straight. 117 117 ticks to 45 ticks lost. Like, bruh, 2.6 R. You know, you guys, if you guys know me, if you guys have been like watching this channel, you guys know I like trades over a 2R. All my trades personally have usually been a 2.5 R and above, because that's usually what my strategy goes for. Anyways, I'm like, okay, boom, solid free bands. Let's get this. Um, I did not go to break even for a very long time until I wanted to see how we reacted from this gap. We respected the 50% of it really good, and we also tapped into it really sensitively, because we literally tapped into it, closed out of it quickly after respecting 50%. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, boom, break even time, because we should be going higher to, you know, this high, and then my long term draw was really this 4 hour high. Obviously, I'm not targeting the 4 hour high. I'm just targeting this, because I'm like, okay, we're going for base hits, and I notice I'm super consistent with base hits, obviously, because that's how you just become better as a trader. Base hits, doesn't matter if you want to be flashy or not flashy, as long as you're being consistent. That's all that matters. Like, don't even care about I don't even care about what anyone else is doing, because at the end of the day, I'm only here to become a profitable trader, create my content, do a whole bunch of stuff in the future that I have planned, and show you guys the way. On top of that, I was like, okay, bet, like, bro, we should be straight. However, it seemed like the market makers, Jewish or whatever they are, did not like me, because apparently this high that was put in was a high resistance liquidity high. So I'm like, bruh, how do I know it's high resistance? Okay, wow. Dog, if this hits take profit without, literally with the V-shaped recovery, because we tapped into a 5 minute PD array on this, yo, I would actually be not heated, I'd be like, bruh. But, but yeah, bro, I was like, okay, bet. Market makers did not like me. How did I know it's high resistance liquidity? How do you know if anything is high resistance liquidity? I'll tell you. If we are getting close to it, but we are rejecting from it, that is exactly what we were doing. We got close to it, and we were rejecting from it. As you can see, we put in equal highs on ES. We put in 4 equal highs on ES. We put in 2 equal highs on Nasdaq. As soon as we put these equal highs in, I'm totally thinking, I'm like, okay, we're gonna run through this with ease, and take profit is gonna be smashed. No, that is not what happened. We barely even ran through them on ES. On top of that, we created an SMT, and that literally ended us falling to this tap into this 5 minute PD array, and then having a nice V-shaped recovery. And I'm like, bruh, what do we call it? And I'm like, damn, that's pretty unfortunate. I'm over here waiting for for Nasdaq to run through this equal high and then hit take profit, but we did not do that. However, my stop was at break even. I wasn't really like caring anymore. I thought we were gonna tap into these gaps still and then continue higher. That's not what price wanted to do. Like, we ended up doing that and still respecting this gap strongly, which even made me have even more conviction that we were gonna go higher. Maybe drag stop loss, drag TP. Yeah, no, partial, not partial. Maybe I could have dragged my stop loss in profit over here, but I mean that's only like what? This was only like what, like $100, $200 right here. But I mean yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, it was pretty unfortunate. We ended up getting stopped out at break even because of an SMT that was made. That was genuinely like super super unfortunate. Like super super unfortunate. This SMT that was literally made. That was super unfortunate. But I mean yeah, at the end of the day, it's really just part of the game. I'm not really tripping. This was a pretty good trade. Matched all my criteria. Obviously, a better entry could have been caught over here, but I need to like get in the habit of trading more discretionarily than mechanically, because literally the only thing I was really waiting for was that gap fill. Everything else I already had. I had my change of the state, I had my inversion, I had my SMT, I had my manipulation. The daily profile was correct. London session consolidation, New York session manipulation, reversal. So I'm like, okay, boom. Um, but yeah. I mean, I need to stop trading too mechanically. I need to be mechanically, but be discretionary at the same time. Like if everything matched my criteria and I'm just missing one, I'm okay with taking that trade because it's still an A setup, right? It may not be A plus plus, it's still an A plus trade. So yeah, at the end of the day, that's pretty much it for this video. As you can see right here, price is literally rejecting off this wick. I don't know if there's a rejection block somewhere here, or I don't know what it is, but you could just tell this is high resistance liquidity just because price is just like price is taking forever to clear it. It's usually not like this if this is a strong key level. You know what I mean? Um, I mean yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tomorrow we have consumer sentiment. This week was a pretty chill week. Um, we literally ended off. Well, right now I don't know. I don't know if I count break evens wins. I mean, technically, yeah, because I did get stopped out in profits, that sort of. So, I mean, technically, I am one break even, one win, and zero losses because I didn't take a trade Monday. Um, Tuesday, I won. Wednesday, wait, did Tuesday I take a trade? I don't know. What did I do Tuesday? Hold on. Hold on. Now we gotta actually like search it up. What did I do Tuesday? Hold on. What did I do Tuesday? Did I take a loss? That's July 14th. Oh no, that's Monday. Oh shit. Okay, so Monday I lost. Okay, Monday I lost. Then Tuesday I got left out. Then Wednesday. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, then yesterday I won. And then today I won, but it was break even. Okay. Pretty chill stats with me, to be honest. But at the end of the day, it really just comes out to how you manage your position. So yeah. With that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day. I will see you guys literally in the next video tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.